What's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, Straight Briggs here continuing to cook up this NBA action, man. Y'all know we do here on the Jam Session. We cook up every single game, every single day, man. Money making Wednesday. I know I'm a little late today. Happens. That March Madness had an early start today. I was doing a lot of college hoops earlier this morning, make sure I got it all in. But here, now to cook up the NBA. We got a solid card today in the NBA. 9 games, I believe. And I'm going to break down each and every one, let you guys know my thoughts, and hopefully we come out green. Last night here on the Jam Session, we went 2-2 on the show, 1-1 officially. We did smash our NBA Player of the Day with the Indiana Pacers. I don't know if smash is the right word, but I had the Pacers outright money line. Shout out Tyrese Halliburton. There's a reason he's one of my guys. I think the hate on him this season has gotten a little out of hand. I still think the Pacers can be a special team this season. I thought last night was a special moment for them at home, at the crib, 4-point play for the win. We'll see if that is able to propel this team to go on a run. I think they can. Shout out the Pacers last night for the plus money cash. Our other one was our loss last night on the premium side was the Cavs. Donovan Mitchell got listed out. I knew I was dead. Happens. Is what it was, be what it be, man. We are in roster manipulation, injury manipulation point of the NBA. We got to kind of see our way through some of that. I'm going to try to talk to you guys about some of that in some of these games today. But speaking of today, man, let's do the damn thing, man. Let's cook up today's action. Let's make some money today. Money making Wednesday. I appreciate each and every one of you that continue to tune in and watch this video. All I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Instagram and Twitter all day long. There's a link for both in the description below. And, of course, I have premium plays over at the site. Let's do it. Money making Wednesday. First game on the board, we got the Atlanta Hawks laying 8.5 points on the Charlotte Hornets. Hawk Romanelli Wednesday. Y'all know what I mean when I say that if you watch the morning show. Small lean on Atlanta here. Personally, probably not betting this game. The Hawks do have some injuries, though. Some of these guys were at shoot-around. Looks like they're going to give it a go. Charlotte has one back-to-back. Their insanity run probably comes to an end today, though. Hawks, they've been playing some of their best basketball of recent. They've won 4 of their last 5. I think they make it 5 of 6, and they probably do it comfortably. Not rushing to the window to bet this game. Small lean on Atlanta. I do believe they're the better team by a pretty decent margin. But laying this many points with the Hawks, we are kind of asking for it. I will admit that, but I will lean in their direction. Let's talk about some great basketball, man. We have a contender for Game of the Year going off tonight. We got our favorite money-making team, the Oklahoma City Thunder Buddies, out on the road facing the defending champs, the Boston Celtics. Celtics, 2.5-point home favorites in this one, total 229.5. These two teams have matched up once this season. Oklahoma City did win that meeting. They won the game 105-92 in Oklahoma City back on the 5th of January. A dominant win for the Thunder in that one. Boston, they've looked really good post All-Star break. They've beaten up on teams like Denver, Portland, Philadelphia, the Lakers, and Utah. Revenge game at home for Boston. They've been comfortable at home at the crib. I can't, with a clear conscience, lay points on the Thunder Buddies. I'm on Oklahoma City plus the points in this one following a loss. Oklahoma City lost their last game to Denver. I think they come in here and compete, if not win this game outright. I think this game probably comes right down to it. Laying points on Oklahoma City, I cannot do with a clear conscience. They're our favorite money-making team for a reason. They're by far the better money ATS team this season. Oklahoma City right now number 2. Boston somewhere near the bottom. Motivation spots are the games we're looking to bet Boston. And this does fall in that category. I can't fade Oklahoma City with a clear conscience. Not as underdogs. I can't do it. Won't do it. I want the points in my back pocket with Oklahoma City. I'll just grab the 2.5. I know. That's my thoughts here on this one, though. Wouldn't shock me if Boston won this game, but also wouldn't shock me if Oklahoma City won this game dominant either. I'm on the Thunder Buddies plus the points. We keep it rolling. We head over to Toronto, where the Raptors are laying 3.5 points on the Philadelphia 76ers. I'm on Toronto. I'm going to lay the points in this one. Toronto playing some of their best basketball of the season. Toronto has won both meetings already this season, 115, 107, 106, 103. Toronto's been the much better ATS team. Philadelphia right now the worst ATS team in all of the NBA. We trust the Raptors at home, at the crib. This is one don't want to overcomplicate. I'm on Toronto. I'm going to lay the points. We keep rolling. We head over to Miami, where the Heat are 2.5-point home favorites in this thing over the Los Angeles Clippers. I'm just going to take the Miami Heat straight up on the money line here in this one. Bounce back game at home that also happens to be a revenge game. Miami, this will be their 5th home game. Last 6 games, they've struggled, losing 3 straight home games and 4 straight games overall. I think tonight's the bounce back spot. The Clippers, we trust this team at home, at the crib. They're the best home ATS team in all of the NBA. They're the best home favorite in the NBA. On the road, they're a completely different team than they are at home. It's not all that surprising, though. Clippers built that multi-billion-dollar arena at home at the crib. They've played really well in there. Outside of there, though, can't trust them from an ATS perspective. I think they lose this game. I'm going to take Miami straight up on the money line in the bounce-back game at home that also happens to be a revenge game. We keep it rolling. We head over to Houston, where the Rockets are laying 4.5 points on the Phoenix Suns. We've seen these two teams match up once this season. It was back in February. The Rockets won that game 119-111 in Houston. I believe they win this one in similar fashion. The Rockets have looked good here, winning back-to-back home games in dominant fashion, beating up on New Orleans, beating up on Orlando. I think they beat up on Phoenix here in this one. Remember, Phoenix right now is the number 2 worst ATS team in the NBA. They're the worst ATS team in the last 2 seasons combined. I think this is a bad matchup for them. The Rockets, we trust this team at home, at the crib. They're starting to kind of give me those feelings of the dominant home Rockets that we have come to know and love. There's just nothing here that tells me to bet Phoenix. We trust Houston at home. They've looked good recently. They beat up on Phoenix earlier this season. I think they do it again tonight. I'm going to lay the points with the Rockets at home, at the crib. We keep it rolling, man. We head over to Memphis, where the Grizzlies are laying 11.5 points on the Utah Jazz. Total 246.5. Memphis has been really disappointing from an ATS perspective of recent. We had them 2 days ago in their last game as the play of the day over the Phoenix Suns. They did win that game, failed to cover in that spot, though. Tonight, I'm still leaning in the direction of Memphis laying the points. We trust Memphis at home, at the crib. Memphis is of that elk, stupid, dummy, crazy, at home, at the crib. Utah, I think they're in the Cooper's flag sweepstakes. They've waved the white flag on the season. There will be a few spots you can bet Utah, but I think for the grand scheme of things, they're a fade. We did take them in their last game against Boston. We're able to cover in that one. But you also got to remember watching that game, they were down tremendously in that game in certain points as well. With how bad Memphis has been recently, I don't think they let their foot off the gas. I think they go pedal to the metal and kick the living crap out of Utah. I think they would shed them tonight. Lay the points here with the Memphis Grizzlies. We keep it rolling, man. We head over to San Antonio, where the Spurs are laying 6.5 points on the Dallas Mavericks. The Mavs have beaten San Antonio in all 3 meetings this season, 120-109, 110-93, and then they just beat them 2 days ago, 133-129. Y'all know what that sets up here for San Antonio. Bounce back game at home that also happens to be a triple revenge, quick revenge game. Got to play the spot, got to play the situation. Triple revenge, quick revenge, bounce back game at home. Puts me on San Antonio. The Spurs have been super disappointing. I understand that. But Dallas is still completely obliterated from an injury perspective. San Antonio, y'all better dominate this fucking game today. We keep it rolling. We head over to Denver, where the Nuggets are laying 3.5 points on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Total 233.5. Denver goes stupid, dummy, crazy at home, at the crib. Denver has lost both meetings to Minnesota this season. 119-116, 133-104. Denver coming off a great win over the Oklahoma City Thunder Buddies, 140-127. I'm here to tell you, I don't fade Denver in Denver often, but tonight I have to do it. I know, man. Denver goes stupid, dummy, crazy at home. We almost never fade them at home. But, let's think about this logically. Who was the team that put Denver out the playoffs last season? Oh, yeah, that's right. It was Minnesota. Minnesota's also beating them in both meetings this season. Who's the thorn in the side of the Denver Nuggets? It's Minnesota. Minnesota basically built their entire team to beat Denver, is what they did. And they were successful in doing that. They thought, though, that was going to be enough to get them to the NBA Finals. Unfortunately, last season, they just ran up on, the Don. In my opinion, the best player in the NBA. And we saw what he did to him. Step back from 40 over Gobert. You can't fucking guard me. Y'all remember that. I remember that moment. That was one of my, last few favorite Mavs moments as a fan of that team. I'm no longer a fan of that team. But I say all that to say, Minnesota beat Denver in the playoffs last year. Minnesota has beaten them in both meetings this season. Getting the points in my back pocket with Minnesota is where I want to be. Superman has kryptonite. He just can't overcome kryptonite. And what I've seen between these two teams over the last 2 seasons, the Nuggets are Superman. The Timberwolves are their kryptonite. I'm on Minnesota plus the points in this one. That's how I see this game playing out. Last and final game of the night, we got the Portland Trail Blazers at home, at the crib, with the New York Knicks rolling in. Knicks laying 4.5. Knicks did dominate Sacramento in that last one. Shout out to them. We had the Knicks in that spot. That was a good spot for them. Tonight, I'm fading them. I'm on the Portland Trail Blazers plus the points. Just don't like the spot here for New York, man. This is their 5th road game, last 6 games. They also have one more on deck against Golden State. They're still banged up. Jalen Brunson out for this one. This is a bounce-back game at home for Portland. Portland, when you look at their schedule, man, I know they haven't played well recently. They just played, probably the toughest stretch of basketball any team has played. Boston, Oklahoma City, Detroit, Golden State. Those are 4 of the 5 hottest teams in the league right now. So I'm not going to look too much into that and be mad at Portland tonight, though. I think they handle business. I think they get this one done at home, at the crib. I think it's just too many points to lay with New York. I think New York in this game is the same thing I've been trying to tell y'all they are for majority of the season. Overrated and overvalued. Ladies and gentlemen, man, I appreciate each and every one of you that continue to tune in and watch this video. All I ask is that you smash that like button for me. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. I'm active on Instagram and Twitter all day long. There's a link for both in the description below. And, of course, I have premium plays over at the site, man. Money making Wednesday. Let's do the damn thing, man. Let's smash the card tonight. I really love tonight's card. I think I broke it down pretty eloquently for y'all right here, right now. We smashed our NBA play of the day last night with the Indiana Pacers in dramatic fashion. I think that's the one that's going to turn the tide. I believe we're about to go on a historic run. If you believe me, hop on something long-term and let's do the damn thing, man. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been your guy, Jay Briggs. Appreciate y'all more than y'all know. See y'all tomorrow. I'm out of here.